If you look at the whole of Mahabharata, and it's all just the whole fight, it's just Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. Now divide that. Dharma plus Kshetra, Kuru plus Kshetra, rewrite it. Kshetre, Kshetre, Dharmam Kuru. In every walk of life, do your Dharma, your obligation, your duty. And as a doctor, we have a Dharma, and that is keeping the public health. I'll tell you something which you'll be surprised. 5 years ago, the BBC had a big symposium on ethics in life, not only in medicine, in life. Do you know what they chose as the theme subject? Tulasidasa's Ramacharitamanasam. Then somebody asked Roland, why did you choose that book? We have our Iliad, Odyssey, so many things, here, Shakespeare and all. The man was so good that he said, this is the only book in the world which talks about whole ethics, the godliness of man and the manliness of God. What a beautiful thought. He said, Bharata, who is a man, acted like God by refusing to take the Rajya or the kingdom because his mother had very vicious ideas. She was not ethical at all. Those days, if you don't claim your property for 14 years, the property does not belong to you. So Kaikeyi told her husband that Rama must go to the forest for 14 years. So when he comes back, the property will be still her son. But what did Bharata do? He just put his Paduka on the throne and acted as a power of attorney. He didn't take over the property. Rama is God. He could have killed probably Ravana in no time. But he said, no, I must act like man and defeat him in a fight. This is godliness of man and manliness of God. That is what you should have in Dharma. If you look at the whole of Mahabharata, and it's all just the whole fight, it's just Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. Now divide that. Dharma plus Kshetra, Kuru plus Kshetra, rewrite it. Kshetre, Kshetre, Dharmam Kuru. In every walk of life, do your Dharma, your obligation, your duty. And as a doctor, we have a Dharma, and that is keeping the public health. When I was a student in the 50s, we had a very important subject called public health, which has all but disappeared because today we have got community medicine, now we have got social medicine and what have you, but not the public health. And today, doctors do not keep the public healthy. Doctors make them unhealthy if possible. This is what's called disease mongering. We want more diseases to have better business. This is business. Did you get that? This is called disease mongering, or otherwise called medi-business. Supposing you are a cancer specialist. I'm sorry for saying this, because it seems somebody asked Shankar, why did you call him? I don't shout at anybody. I love every one of you. And I tell you this because very soon, time will come, people will hate you. I always tell my students, a doctor cannot survive without patient, but a patient can certainly survive without doctor. So before patients leave us, Sri Hegde ji was talking about his having spent 42 crores premium for. I'll tell you a story, his initial thing. The insurance company did not pay him a lot of money, and I had to arbitrate this many case sheets. And one case sheet I'll tell you is very interesting. One farmer in Puttur had a small nick with the plow. Small nick. Just, if he had just put some mud next to it, it would have been all right. That's what they used to do in the village when I was young. This fellow goes to the hospital because he has got insurance. So the hospital looks at him, a Puttur hospital looks at him and says, oh, you have an insurance? Then we'll admit you because you don't get claim otherwise. So the first thing is admitted. And they said, we'll check you up because we may have to do some surgery on that nick. So they did every test, every instrument that they have got in the hospital. This is what's called over-investigation. Every test in the hospital. And then at the end, they told him, look, we do a skin grafting on that. Okay? So they did a skin grafting, which got infected, it fell off, and he had septicemia to be in the hospital for a long time. And the bill came to, in the Puttur hospital, 1,80,000. But the important part is not that. The insurance branch manager in Puttur writes on the case sheet in Redding, this is unscientific, not allowed. I was very interested. So I told the general manager, can I see your branch manager? So the branch manager was sent to my office. The fellow shivering in his pants, thinking that no, he has done a big crime and I'll shout at him. Then I said, sit down. He sat down. Then I said, You know, you wrote such a beautiful thing. What you have written here is absolutely fine because nobody does skin graft for a fresh wound. That too, not a wound, it's a nick. How did you know that? I asked him. So he hesitated. Sir, I am, to be frank with you, I am a veterinary surgeon, sir. There was no practice. The insurance offered a better pay scale, so I joined as a branch manager. So I agreed with the insurance company. Now, this is what is called adharma in our practice. You